pretty easy to just get myself in and embed in. And obviously going into the thick of things, I've had previous experiences from Morecambe, Fylde and stuff like that. But I've always wanted to be a person who like wants to know so much, you know what I mean? So when it comes to having Jed, having Don, having Faz, obviously players who I've previously played with and managers who I've worked with, it makes it 10 times easier. But not even just that, like asking questions with, let's say like Seamus or Sean makes it so much easier as well because obviously the experience, they know what it's about, what the club's about. So it makes everything 10 times easier in that way.
I find that interesting, Nelson. Are you like a sponge? Are you like the guy who's going around trying to absorb things and take things in and learn things all the time?
Yeah, all the time, like at any given opportunity, because I feel like my again career, I'm so young into it. Only just recently started. Obviously, I played a few games last season, but I want more and more every year. So, in order to take information from people who've been involved with it for so long, even players similar ages as myself, it just makes it so much better because you end up learning new things.
I think it was last week I spoke to Conor O'Brien and we talked about the distinction between age and experience. And he's a younger guy in that dressing room, but has got quite a lot of EFL experience. I guess when you're in your situation going out to gain that experience,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter what age you are. It's the games you've got under your belt.
Yeah, no, 100%. It was the same thing I said last season as well. Like I was learning on the job and obviously ended up getting a few appearances last season. And it's a similar situation here. Although I'm still learning on the job, I'm still learning, but at the same time, trying to use what I know in order to help myself, but also help other players as well. Because I think at any ages, whether you're young or not, even with the most experience or little experience, you will still have something to learn.
Is it difficult coming into a changing room in a team that needs some results? Has it been more difficult to come in to that environment than if the team was winning? Or is it a bit of a sort of double-sided coin in the sense that if the team was winning every week, you might not get the chance to play?
I don't think it's difficult as such as to say like to come into a change room because change rooms is all based on personnel and type of people that you have in the change room, which makes it easier, but also can be difficult at times depending on the personnel that you have. So I wouldn't say it's easier or worse to come into a change room which are struggling to get results. I think it's just you can tell we've been playing well, but the flip of the coin has not been on our side on certain games. Sometimes we haven't turned up, but obviously we know it's down to us to then make them results count now. And obviously we say it's early on in the season, but it's helpful to get them results through early. Do you know what I mean?
Forget the football for a second, Nelson. Do you feel like you've got the right people in that changing room and the right
Yeah,
characters?
yeah, 100%. Like since I first came in, like felt welcome, and I feel like all the new lads that have also come in have felt welcome from the jump. So it makes it easier. It's a nice place to be around. It's a good environment. Like you just can't complain really.
We spoke about you obviously having that prior experience of working with Jed Brannan to come into Accrington where he's working alongside John Doolan.
Mhm.
Are those guys similar? Do you see a lot of Jed's style in John and vice versa, or is there a bit of sort of yin and yang? Do they sort of complement each other and are a bit different?
Yeah, they're quite similar in terms of personnel and how they are as people. But obviously, when it comes to coaching, you have, as I feel like you need to have is like one could be firmer than the other. And obviously, if one's taking the whole team session, then in them situations, you need to be stamping your foot down to what you want as a playing style and demanding standards and stuff like that, which they both do. So they complement each other really well. And I feel like that's what you need.
Big game this weekend. They're all big ones, obviously, but the home form, I get the sense, is going to be really, really important this season. Is that something you guys are talking about in the changing room?
Yeah, we talk about it all the time and we say like, we've got to make this place a fortress to come. It's got to be difficult to come here and try to take points off us or try to win. Because if you get your home form sorted and you're winning games at home and making it really hard and difficult for teams to come and beat you, then you've got the better chances. And then it's just then fixing up away from home and making sure that you take points off someone else away from home and make it hard to play.
Do you feel like once you get one result, once you get that first 3 points, that will almost remove that barrier and it might turn into a lot more than that?
Yeah, I feel anyone in this league, the league can be open really quickly. And obviously from what I learned last season, where you could play one or two games and all of a sudden you go from 16th or whatever to into playoffs. So the league can be really open really quickly. And as I said, like it's quite early. So as soon as one performance and we get a win under a belt, I feel like things start to ease off a little bit, but not ease to a point where we're just going to let off the steam. Obviously, you then got build and build even more as games keep coming by.